Om Shri Sathguru Namaha. I'm very happy to be here. Such a warm welcome from Darshan Bhai, from all of you all, from the Secretary and Mr. Anthony also. He was able to know that I have a cough and bring me warm water without my asking for it. So, and all of you all sang the sloka so well and are paying attention now when I'm talking also. I'm very happy to be here, the students and the teachers here. So when we are doing anything, we do it with an aim. We do it with an aim, with a purpose. So when we are here, your aim is to study, your aim is to, and their aim is to teach you, to see that the teaching goes well. So in life, as we go, see Srikvar is mentioning the Android phones. So when we have a phone, now the phone is not only a phone. See, the primary purpose is communication. The secondary things are the internet, all those things that we have with the phone. Primary purpose is communication. So it's like that with our lives. Our lives are primarily with a purpose. At this moment, we have the idea of studying. They have the idea of teaching. At each time in our life, we have got different purposes. We have different reasons what we have to do. So we have to concentrate on the primary purpose and let the secondary things, the things which are not so important, take a back seat. So often in our lives, we allow the secondary things to take hold of us. All of you all, and I also have experienced that. When it's time to study, TV is attractive, the cricket match is attractive, so we decide we'll just watch 2 more overs and then after that we'll start studying. And then we find half a day is gone. Sometimes book we just finish 2 chapters and then half a day is gone. So, how does one, how many So, we have to think about our primary purpose and keep putting ourselves back. So, our minds take us everywhere. Wherever we are, our minds keep moving to different subjects at all times. At one moment we are thinking about our studies, then we see the book, we see the cover of the book. The cover of the book will remind us of something else. So within a matter of 5 minutes, we would have thought about 50 things. Our minds keep moving like that. So we must bring the mind back. So when you are, this is what the Buddhists say, mindfully. You must do it with a full mind. Whatever you are doing, do it with a full mind. So you are studying, at that time you must concentrate on what you are studying. When you are playing, you concentrate on playing. Don't let some other thought come into it. Otherwise what happens is, you get a poor result. When the mind isn't fully absorbed, you get a poor result. So when you are in class and your mind goes outside, it's very possible. There's so many things in our lives which are more interesting than lessons. And the mind will go outside. Then you must bring it back. So Sri Krishna has given one small piece of advice. He says, the mind is restless, chanchal, he says. It is asthira, It will not stay in one place. So, what you should do is, when the mind goes outside, bring it under your control and put it onto the subject that you want. Because you must remember that the mind is your mind. The mind is your mind, it belongs to you. You don't belong to the mind. The mind is telling you various things. But you listen and you take your decision. Think of it in a different way. You are the king, the mind is the minister. The minister will make various proposals to the king. Let us tax this way, let us do this, let us do that. But the king will decide. So, you be the king of your life. You decide your life. See, often the decisions that we make are not because of what we want. Somebody has bought a nice t-shirt. It's a nice t-shirt. We don't care very much, but because many people have bought it, we also buy the same t-shirt. We hear there's a new type of bindi available in the market, so therefore we have to own it. Not because we really like the bindi, not because we think it's something which is going to make us look nice. Everybody has got it, so we must have it. So similarly, in various things in life, outside influences decide for us. So instead of that, hold yourself, look at yourself. Why are you doing this thing? Are you doing it because you like to do it? Or are you doing it because other people are doing it? You are studying in the school. Why are you studying in the school? For your own sake. So that you will be able to get knowledge, you will be able to pass your exams, you will be able to qualify yourself, and you will be able to have a career, and you will be able to have a life here. So for all these things to happen, it's required a stepping stone has to be, that is today's lesson. You must study today's lesson. Only if you study today's lesson, tomorrow's lesson will become intelligible. You can understand tomorrow's lesson. Otherwise, there is something which you have not heard, it's like a TV serial. 10 days you don't watch and then you watch, you go sit down to watch it, you can't understand it. Then you have to go to see what's happened, why is this person crying, why is that man unhappy, you have to go and ask. So similarly, today's lessons we must learn. I'm not talking only about the lessons which Anthony sir and his team have prepared for you. Every day something is happening and you can learn. Some incident will be there in your life which you can learn. And from that you can proceed further. See, for example, everybody says you should be disciplined. Many people would have come and spoken to you about discipline. We should have discipline in our life. We should be good, we should be honest, we should be truthful. How does that, why should we be disciplined? Can somebody tell me why should we be disciplined? One of you, so many of you are here. One of you tell me why should we be disciplined?
Anyone say please, come on. Please, the one right now is okay. One is there, come on.
You also be part of it. It's not only a problem.
What will you like? Maybe yourself. Sit and say no more. Sit down. Why? Why do you want to do this? Say what?
Say anything which comes in your mind. You don't have to be right, you don't have to be wrong. It's just an opinion.
Pay attention, right? Pay attention, right? Okay, fine. The details are the same. Now, go ahead, please.
To maintain our dignity and status.
Very good. Maintain the dignity and status. Okay, anybody else? Girls?
Speaking Gujarati or no problem with translation.
Yes,
To
please.
maintain the preference of our parents.
Acha, to maintain the preference of our parents. Very nice. Anybody else?
Explain, I will translate it.
Boys? Anything else on the discipline?
To create a good picture for personalities.
To create a good picture for our time. Okay, fine.
So we have seen so many aspects we have on that alone. See, to maintain the status, to get a good name for our parents, to obey our parents, to so what? In addition to that, the reason we do it is so that we can, by living an orderly life, when we have a disciplined life, we have an orderly life, then what happens is that progress becomes easier. When you walk on the road, it's easy. If there were no roads, we have to walk in the, it is just like a field, lot of stones, lot of plants, it's difficult. So when we walk in a path which is easy, which is already created, then it is easy for us. So discipline, we have a disciplined life, then we get up in the morning at a fixed time. We plan out what we are going to do in the day with a fixed time. So what happens is, this makes our life easier. There is no disturbance. We have a comfortable life. We have we have times when we play, the times when we work, we study. So what happens is that if this discipline comes from outside, then it's difficult for us to accept. Why should we? But when it comes from inside, when you want to, see, when you have to get up in the morning, your mother calls you and makes you get up and you don't want to get up, the morning is difficult, then you will be in a difficult mood. But when you set your own time, you decide the night before, tomorrow I will get up in the morning, and when I get up in the morning I will do all this. The night before itself you make your plans for the day. When you make it like that, then it becomes easier for you, because you are doing it of your own way. So when you come here and you decide that you will follow the rules of the place, it's much easier than someone coming and telling you, no, you mustn't do this. You don't do it because you don't want to do it, because you understand why it is right. So with Jnana, you should act. You should use knowledge. That is the real discipline which comes. See, you have used your knowledge. You say, when you said that we want to maintain our prestige, our status, because it is not being undisciplined brings us a bad name. Being undisciplined brings difficulties for our parents. When we follow what our parents say, that makes them not only happy, they know something which we don't know. They have gone on the road before us, so they have seen they have done the things that we have been doing, so they know what it's like. So that's why we should pay attention to them. But essentially, it is your life. You must do something with your life. What are you going to do with your life? Are you going to use it usefully, or are you going to use it carelessly? In the 50s, they did a test called the marshmallow test. Marshmallow is the sweet. It's like a toffee marshmallow. They gave children aged 5 years marshmallows and say, do you want to eat everything now, or do you want to keep it and eat it one today, one tomorrow, one day after tomorrow? How do you want to do it? So each person, each one of you, you think you are teenagers, but you are jivas who have been born so many times in this world. You are jivas who have had so many experiences and so many births in this world. So your characters have got a basis before you are born. And on that, your circumstances, your parents' training, the training that teachers are giving, are creating a personality. And most of all, what you decide that creates your personality. So they took these marshmallows and gave it to these 5-year-old children. and they said, what do you want to do? Do you want to eat it immediately or do you want to keep it and eat it over so many days? I will eat one today, eat one tomorrow, eat one day. They did this test. Then 20 years later, they checked these children's lives. Those children who did not think about tomorrow, those children who said, let me eat all the marshmallows now, pleasure, I want the pleasure, I will eat it now, did not do so well in life as those children who are able to think, pleasure is nice today, but I must have something for tomorrow, I must have something for day after tomorrow. Those children who are able to have self-control and postpone that gratification, that happiness, that pleasure, they were able to set their goals well in life, they were able to achieve things in life. So, you must be able to look why the children who have thought that let me eat all the marshmallows now, they did not achieve so much because they were only looking for today, they were not looking for tomorrow. So you must understand that life is something which is going ahead of you. It's going to stretch over probably another 40, 50 years you have ahead of you. And what are you going to do with those 40, 50 years? So, when you are living a life of discipline, that discipline must come from within. You must want it. Otherwise it's no use. Because it will break down. It will break down. See, for example, people who don't keep their things properly, 1 day, 2 days, they will not be able to have a orderly life. They will not be able to see what they should do, what they should not do. When in the beginning itself, at this age, when you are at this age, if you are able to plan out what you want to do, think how you are going to do it, and then do it, you will find that in your life you will be able to do it well. And now you will ask me, how can you do it? How can this be done? The best way is to take God's help. The best way is to take God's help. When you are doing it, there are two things you must do. Sathguru taught us, two things. When you go to sleep in the night, take 5 minutes. See, you are spending so much of time for various things. 5 minutes for yourself. 5 minutes for looking after your own interests. See, everybody wants to look after themselves, so you must look after yourself also. 5 minutes you spend for yourself. You just think what you have done in the day. Morning I got up, did I get up at the correct time? Was I comfortable? I had my breakfast, I kept my things. Did I do it in a hurry? How did I do it? In my lessons, how was I? Talking to my friends, how was I? When they spoke badly to me, did I unnecessarily feel bad or did I just leave it? It doesn't matter. Then, evening, what did I do? Did I spend my evening well? Just look at your day, what you have done with your day. And tell God, I did all these things today. This form of self-analysis Sathguru taught me long ago, and it has been of great use to me. I don't do it very well, but I do it as much as I can. And it has helped me in many ways which I have not gone into because there is no time. But when you look at yourself detachedly, then you offer that to God. And you say, I did all this today, it's for you, I'm giving this day to you. Tomorrow let me do things better. And in the morning when you get up, you sit and you just pray for a minute, you just think of God. When you say today a day is starting, this is a new day, which so many things may happen which may be important to you. See, before the exams we go and pray, always we go and pray. But every day is an exam, every day you are creating a new habit in your life, a new, see, we do something today, tomorrow is easier to do it. So, our actions have two results. One is the effect what it has. You hit somebody, that person has a pain. That is the action. And afterwards you feel bad about it or you feel good about it. That's fine. Second thing is, tomorrow it's easier to hit the person because you already did it once, you can do it again. So action has two effects. One is the effects of the action, the other is the effect on your character, on your nature. So when you think that so every day is a new day for you. Every day you are going to start things. So you can decide your future with what you are doing today. You cannot change your parents, you cannot change the situation in your life, you cannot change your circumstances, but you can change your reaction. So, this thing which I am telling you is something which is quite practical. You offer the day to God. So that is why we have this prayer in the morning and in the evening. You are praying to God, you are connecting to God. It's not just saying a shlok, saying that if I say this prayer, I will get something. It is you are connecting with God. His power is coming into you and you are opening yourself to Him. So when you do that, you offer your day to Him. Today I am going to do two various things. All the things I do, I am giving you. And make me give you nice things. So what happens is that you are able to move to a higher level of thought. So then your actions will be better. And when our actions are impulsive means you feel like doing it, you do it. That is an impulsive action. Impulse, based on impulse. But when actions are considered, you think of what you can say and then you say it. Then they are more sensible. When you think what you are going to do and then you do it, then that will not hurt anybody and also it is good for you. So, you are going to, your circumstances, what you are doing, they are the cards which are given to you. When all of us have played cards, you are given the cards. So, all the circumstances are your circumstances in which you are born, where you are living is given to you. But what are you going to do with it? How are you going to play? That is in your hands. So with Sathguru's grace, I hope that you will all do the correct thing, do the right thing. Not because it is the correct thing and it's the right thing, but because you want to do it. Shri Shrihariprasad, Shri Sathguru.
Under me, so many students are there, so many teachers are there. Whenever we listen to these things, we are inspired. But when we come to the real practice, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, we follow. Then again we will go back to the routine. Now what I have to do, because I am leading these children, I am leading my staff, what I have to do so that every day they will remember the things and whatever the message which we are giving, that should be followed. As a role model, what I have to do, if you can guide me, so I can guide my students and my staff, so that will be the best which I can do for them. Please you guide me. Every day we listen, we weep for sometimes, we follow the thing, after that we forget. And we go back to the same routine. How to be daily, it should come in the mind. So I need that.
So for that principle, sir, we have to think every day. We must look at ourselves with awareness. We must look at ourselves with awareness every day. And when we see that we are slowly moving away from the path, we must pull ourselves back. Now suppose there is a baby in the room. We put the baby under the fan so that it will feel cool and it can play there. the baby will not stay there. It will get up and crawl and go outside. Then we catch the baby and bring it back. So in your mind, what you do is, every time we go away from the object, we think, okay, the mind baby is running outside. We'll bring it back. So that play acting in the mind itself will bring that.
I got that.
Yes. Thank you.
Somebody has to ask something which is hiding inside. You can ask.
You must not go away with any doubt in your mind. You must be fully satisfied.
Nursing, come on. Some question which is hanging you, whatever you like to ask. Really. Boys,
There must be some question in your mind.
you are all
When
on
you are thinking
expert.
something, there must be question. Otherwise, you are not thinking anything about the
Yeah,
thing.
because this kind of opportunity will not get. Eagerness, what you have, express it. Whatever language is not a problem. Teachers,
ગુજરાતીમાં પૂછી શકાય નહીં તમે અહીંયા કલાકથી બેઠા છો તમારા મગજમાં કંઈક ચાલતું હોય કંઈક એવું લાગતું હોય કે આ વસ્તુનો મને ખુલાસો નથી થયો મારે જોઈએ છે તો પૂછી શકો છો
and he is the right person. He can guide you.
એ તમને નહીં બધાને જ મદદરૂપ થશે તમારો એક સવાલ બધાના માટે કંઈ ઉપયોગી થઈ શકે પૂછો પૂછો એમાં કોઈ શરમાવાની જરૂર નથી ત્યાં
તમારા ડે ટુ ડે લાઈફમાં તમને એવું લાગે છે ને ક્યાં કે ભણતી વખતે મને આમ તકલીફ થાય છે કે ભણતી વખતે મારું માઇન્ડ નથી સેટ થતું એવું પણ કંઈ લાગે તો પૂછો
શરમ નહીં આવે છે, સર.
અને એવું તો હશે જ બધાને હશે
Parents friend.
છે ને છે બધાને
ડર લાગતો હોય
Let them ask to stay.
We all know about Katholism. We know about how Nachiketas, his father said, go to Yama. So he went to Yama. He knew he can do it. He said, Bahunamemi Pratama, Bahunamemi Madhyama. Many people are, in many groups I am the first. In many places I am the middling person only. He didn't say that everywhere I am the best. He said, he is able to see himself clearly. He says, among many people I am the first, many people I am the middle. So what have I got to do that God has taken me to Yama's place today? So all of you have got purpose to your lives. All of you are capable and able to achieve things. So always have this thought in the morning when you are starting the day that I am going to do things today with God's help. And I am the correct person to do it. That's why He is asking me to do it. So He is placing you in that situation because you can do it. So you can do what you have to do. And I'm sure there must be something. If you feel that what I'm saying is not practical, it can't be done, tell me that it's not practical. I'll explain to you why it is. If you disagree with me. Tell me what is in your mind. Let us see what you have to say. Somebody say something. One of you.
Yes.
Very good, very good.
Sir, we are having two lives, like only one life. But there are two options. That what will we do and what our parents. They both think, what we think are different. They think that we want to be an engineer. But we think that we want to be something else. Then what should we follow? Like what our parents have done or what we should do? I am a person like to follow my parents, but one way I'm like my mind is having that what should I follow, my parents or me?
So this is a very valid question in which all of us have, experience.
Because their parents are thinking something else about their career, they are having interest in some
On the
other
day of birth, parents decide my son will be the doctor.
engineer or doctor. It's very common.
There are two things to keep in mind. One is that you should evaluate why are you choosing this career option. Is it because everyone's doing it, because there's a lot of money in it, because there's a good future in it, or is it because it is something which I like to do and which is also most practical for me to do. Secondly is that you have to explain to your parents that I want to do this because this is good for me. You want me to be an engineer? Yes, but look at my marks. My marks are favoring this. My interests are favoring this. If you make me an engineer, it will not help you, it will not help me. It's not good for you. You explain to them very well. Ultimately, you have to do what they are saying. You have no choice. You have to do what they are saying. But I'll give you one example. There was one doctor. One boy. He got admission. Is quite intelligent. He got admission both in medicine and engineering. His father said, "My elder son is an engineer. You be a doctor." So he became a. He liked medicine also. He became a doctor. Then after that, when he was thinking of what is the future, he said, "I want to be an orthopedician. I want to be an orthopedician, one who repairs bones and all that." But then at that time, they decided to get him married. So he said, "If I am getting married, I am not going to depend on my parents. I must be independent. I must earn my own money." So what did he do? He immediately did a quick radiographer's course and he became a radiographer. He was not particularly interested in radiography, but he became ultrasound he was doing. So that was for a livelihood, that was because he had to do something for parents. But what did he do after that? In addition to his work, he found something which interested him. He became interested in astronomy. He took that astronomy interest. He worked in the daytime from 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock at night. After that in the night he sat and he practiced astronomy. He learned astronomy. He became an astrophotographer. Now he's one of the biggest astrophotographers in India. He's for what they call deep sky, that is into the outside of the universe. Photographs of all that. He is the person who gives the best photos. He had to do what his parents wanted. But after that, he kept that aside and he did what he wanted also. He achieved something on his own. So you explain to your parents, try to make them understand, this is what I want to do. This is what my talents are. This is what I can do. But if circumstances such that you have to go along with them, don't resist the course. Don't resist the course. Because I am also advising one girl, she is in her first year of biotechnology. She wanted medicine, she could not get medicine, so she joined biotechnology. She resisted the course, she would not want to study. Every exam day, telephone call, "Uncle, I can't manage, I don't think I will write." Then I'd say, "You can write." Then she got over that. Because I said, "Okay, you think you like medicine, but you are not able to pass the exam to get medicine. That means you're not going to be a good doctor if you're going to go to medicine when you can't." So what she did is she began to get over that anger which she had because she didn't get medicine, and now she's doing well in her college. So if you have to do a course which you don't want to do, don't hate the course. God has put you there. So therefore, there's something which you can achieve in that course. Take that and do it. And then after that, do something which you like also for yourself. Do something which you like for yourself, but whatever situation you are put in, whether it's a course you like or it's a course which you have been, circumstances have put you in that God has put you there because you can do it. If you can't do it, He won't keep you there.